Cypher, but for RRQ, maybe not the most surprising, but it's who's playing what that is actually a bit more shocking for us here. Estrella now moving over onto the Viper. He was previously playing the Sova, which is now in the hands of Elmimore, who also was previously playing on the Cypher.
I mean, it's not musical chairs with the roster, but it is musical chairs with the agents here, which these are definitely not the common picks. I mean, Estrella, sure, he's flexed around so often throughout his career. That's probably the least shocking portion of this. But that's very curious to me, because the reason I had my eyes on Elmimore is that he's always been that sturdy lurk for RQ, but if he has a slow start, that really ruins a big part of their plan, of their playstyle. Now he's going to be core to the main portion of the team, and Xfero, who also has some of those clutch genes, is going to have to open up the other side of the map for RRQ.
Certainly interesting and puzzling to a certain extent here to see these changes coming in from RRQ, but will they pay off? Will it result in a victory? We are about to find out as we go ahead and jump into game number 1. BieL, the battleground between these two squads as we jump into Team Secret versus RRQ.
I mean, this is in fact the second time in his entire career that Xfero has ever picked up the Cypher in an official match. So it's a little bit of experimenting for sure, but I'm curious if that helps him maybe gain a little bit more confidence. You have a Cypher that can really open up the other side on their own. That just goes miles ahead of the other team.
I'll check on Elmimore and Sova, because that's the one I'm a little bit
yeah,
more
that's
curious
the one,
about.
I'm also trying to check that as well.
you got setups there on the Cypher, but Elmimore, I'm curious to see how many lineups he knows, especially here on BieL, because you got some pretty huge ones, cross-map, recon darts and everything like that. But for now, see Secret, a bit proactive on this defensive start. Trapwire, not going to get the catch. There it is. Does get the reveal now as Jemkin going to get tagged low, but still not going to be found. Trapwire for now holding NDG at bay over at elbow. Cam also set up as the plant's going to be coming in for RQ very swiftly.
Yeah, but there's a far, far further lurk right now, and curious to see if Estrella is well aware of it. He does have his eyes set on it, but it's two people. So they have to start to make a choice if they want to maybe push it out of the site on another side, because they have to give up window right now.
Gives up window, but Flipshot are able to find an opening pick as Jesse Bash going to be taken down. Flip's also finding NDG. Morgan able to find two as we watch Estrella here outside of window. Still, he's going to be good for one before Jeremy's able to take him down. Now finds himself in a 1v2. Elmimore will be able to win that one out. So opening pistol round goes the way of RQ.
Very well played. I mean, they make the split-second decision that they will have to fight their way out of one side or another, but because they were so far already stuck behind the wall, Estrella decides, I'm just going to take one with me. And the real surprising part is, we got so used to Elmimore playing the Cypher that we kind of forgot that he's played a lot of Sova as well. So, I mean, it's just a matter of trying to get back into the grind, which I'm sure he's been doing as they were waiting for VCT Pacific to return. So curious to see if that really gels with the rest of the roster as well. Of course, Estrella now kind of playing those lineups, playing far further back as well. That might help them a little bit.
Empty stack over here towards the A site. Looks like Jesse just going to be cutting it back across over into Nest. Taking a peek out in the mid, see if he spots anything. Just double push once again all the way through halls. Set up right around the corner. It's just going to be classics in hand. So I mean, if they get close quarter combat, those right clicks certainly could deliver some results for them as Borkum going to get tagged and should have been spotted once again there right at the back end of that drone. Sparrow now swings the corner.
Cage triggered.
Yeah, they're going to have to start backing out once again. Once again, RQ in a bit of a bind, right? They do have to fight one side or another. Right now, Xfero just waiting for his teammates to clear out the site. They're not going to plant until they feel a little bit safer. Now that they've bought some time, now that Xfero has made sure that they're not on the flank anymore, they're able to focus onto the site. Flipside are good for another as well.
I mean, Borkum doing well to be able to find that opening kill on the Jemkin.
Perfect.
And now, just outgunned, okay. He's able to find a second kill. Flips, though. Finds himself a third. Looks for the fourth, though. NDG, quick headshot, does take him down. So, fairly costly in the end. Vandal can be scooped back up here by RRQ, so we'll carry that forward into the next round. But still miss out on 3 weapons. They will move up 2-0 all the same.
Yeah, I mean, that type of scenario, especially in a map like BieL, it kind of more or less secures this next round for Secret. Now, because they did still save one person's creds, they're going to try to buy up a second Vandal, so make that 3 rifles on the side of RQ. So there's still a little bit of hope, but it's going to be a much more either methodical or a bit of a rush, right? You have to go for a bit of a stack on your style, on your choice here. Yeah, just calling for the gun down as well. And it looks like the energy there for RQ. They've been waiting for this moment to return.
This is what I was going to say, that you could go for a bit of a softer buy with that Judge because Flips does have the ult available. So does have that now in play. He's able to pass that Vandal across, so 4 rifles
I mean, yeah, and then Jemkin buying down as well, so it looks like they have all the intention to really commit this Euro Ultimate and make an opening with it, because Jemkin's nowhere close to his blades right now, so they gotta make this round worth.
So taking some forward space, working his way up through elbow across into mid, nothing spotted. We'll stack here on the B site. Camera backside set up there for NDG, as that's going to be the entry coming through. Pings out the cam, Jemkin able to just go in, takes out Jeremy. Kill found, now flash is being sent. There's the pull out of the dimensional trip, but oh yeah, that one went a little bit wider around the corner than he might have anticipated. Egg on the face there of Flipshiner, but still does help break open this site. So now 4v3. Defensive setup as RQ look to try to convert this bonus. That's going to be Warcom now to take it down. Estrella here, the half wall, able to find Jesse Bash, and that leaves Envy on his lonesome. And the call has to be to save.
I will say, I mean, it's just the first few rounds, and a lot of these you can kind of come in with a game plan from the get-go, right? You're not really adjusting to what the opponent's doing, so we'll have to wait and see. But overall, RRQ seems much more fluid as a team, right? My eyes were on Xfero. He already had full elbow control by the time they had set up for the execute. Then the Euro ult goes in. So as the Euro pings people out for the main forces to enter through main, if they need it, Xfero was ready to pounce for a pinch. If not, he can always stay on the lurk. So overall, a very good bonus. And we talked about how it might be difficult. Well, they make the correct choices with that ultimate, and now it's a 3-0 lead for RQ.
It just feels like a really weird inversion. They go into the anti-eco, they drop 3 guns there, and then they go into the bonus, and they do manage to convert it, but incredibly cleanly.
Yes.
Not something that you see all the time, and I mean, so is that. A smile there on the face of Jemkin.
Jemkin's voice and expression on his face, that's incredible.
Maybe they've been whittling away the stoicism during the Madrid downtime. Now, let's see, very weak purchases, just that one carryover weapon. Take a second attempt at that one there, Estrella. Clear out on the dart. Marshall in the hands of Borkum.
Let's see if that Marshall can do any damage. Kind of on his lonesome right now on A, and he's already deep onto the middle of the site, so this could become a very stressful position for Borkum if RQ ever decides to go to A. He'll get pinched from one side or another for sure.
Oh, Jeremy not quite ready for it, but Envy with the counter swing does manage to trade that back, so it's going to be Estrella on the floor. Weapon not really recoverable for anybody else, though. Would have to push out way too far to be able to try to find it.
Hasn't heard the drop. He's put some a little too late, and that's going to be the free sight. Now, that does mean they have to let go of that potential rifle drop near elbow, but it looks like Team Secret, they don't have the leisure to go all the way around to pick that weapon up just yet.
No, they do not. Now from here, let's see if we can do any real additional damage, but flash out this time. Flipshot not getting caught by it. Does find Vash, gets the spot there, on to Envy, goes for the challenge, and oh my god, the headshot is just so crispy. 8-3 now on that Yaru. Flips having a hell of a start to this map.
I mean,
Flips NDG now all on his lonesome to see if he can do any additional damage, but he cannot.
Flip seemingly gaining a lot of inspiration from the, finalist IGLs of Madrid, John QT and Munchkin, the fragging IGLs of Masters, because Flips is doing a lot of work, 8-3-1. And the more I think about it, the Euro, when they first picked it, I was excited. Granted, that time, his own personal stat line wasn't exactly spectacular, but you can tell so often, no matter which agent he's playing, Flips wants to get into the thick of things to help lead the team as the IGL, to create space on his own, to make the calls, and Euro's perfect for that.
Yeah, I mean, let's just put it this way. He's 2 kills away from tying his record in a 13-10 Breeze map versus Gen G.
Come on.
It was. Well, I'm just saying, it was a rough go. They were able to still get that win, but right now he is just absolutely dominant. That click from Jeremy, not going to be coming through. Ping not going to find him there. Here's the dash forward, out over onto site.
It's a tag.
Try to open up space, and Flipshiner going to be taken down. Jeremy able to find Jemkin around the back, and NDG mows down 3. Straight eliminated. Now Elmi Moore on his lonesome as he tries to swing out onto the site. Jeremy will be able to take him out for his 2nd elimination, and Secret get themselves their 1st round win.
RQ, I mean, the call there was they spotted the operator, right? They're able to push them back into the back of sight, and then you're trying to clear the other side with the Hunter's Fury and get in. But first of all, you get stopped with a Poison Cloud, and then a little bit of indecision. They get bottlenecked right on the entrance, and that might be the round just to give a little bit of extra breathing room for all the members of Secret to get a little comfy.
Tiny bit of gun barrel sticking out through the Viper wall. What gives Flips game up. Nice to notice there from NDG. He gets that punish and very much shuts that down. They get confused and really drawn in by the chaos of everything that was going to be coming through main. Flips could have done an immense amount of damage, so very good awareness to spot that out.
1 point away from Asturia's Viper's pit, so if they're able to get onto the site, if they could have a way to get the pit down, then of course the operator is going to be very tough for the retake.
Spike drop.
There we go. Just quick clear. That mimic. This flip's just going to stay tucked into the corner.
Look at NDG. He's already cleared everything. He's gone past the tripwire as well.
He is fast rotating. Is Borkum trying to hold the line here. Does get flips. Envy going to be traded out. Swing onto the corner. It's just too many players stacked up. Unable to find the eliminations there. He does get taken down. Man advantage now here in the hands of RQ as that pit gets invested as well. And now Jeremy gone. Into the pit with Mal just yourself. I think, yeah, NDG.
Oh,
you just arrived, but I think you're gonna have to hightail it out of here. Does manage to find one, so pit dropped. Tuck around the corner from Jemkin.
Yeah, but this is so tough. I mean, the high-low on the back of site as well gets spotted. He goes down, and that's unfortunate because, again, NDG, a very fast flank, able to get past the first tripwire. Maybe it was a little bit too high there past the staircase. But just never has that moment, and that seems to be the pattern right now for NDG, right? He's kind of this last one alive where RRQ is picking up the pace a lot faster than Secret is expecting.
Yeah, the rest of the team not able to really stand their ground over on the site long enough for NDG to actually get into that position where he can take advantage of, all the attention that's being paid to the site itself. So that's going to be a timeout called now from the Team Secret camp. Warbirds certainly wanting to intervene from here as they find themselves in a 4-round deficit.
Yeah, and something they're going to need to be talking about is, of course, trying to decide, because Team Secret, they've always been known to kind of play this, all right, we'll go for the typical 2-1-2 defaults, we'll get the info, we've got some lineups to lay, and then we go for the retake, things like that on their defense. And that starts to fall apart if the opponents just push up the tempo, 1-2 beats ahead of you, because then you think you can fight for the site, you're now down in numbers, the flank doesn't work out, things like that. And if you're going to go for things like the flank, maybe you just kind of give up more of the site, right? Just make sure you're only holding on to yellow on the back of site in the case of A, things like that, just hold on to halls, and then make sure everyone's at their starting line of scrimmage before you start the retake, and those are the decisions that Secret's going to have to start making in these remaining rounds.
Yes.
Given the money, you can see a couple half shields coming through here for Team Secret. Knives about to be popped by Jeremy. You can see what kind of impact he can have. It's Borkum for now situated over on A. Looks like it's maybe not, not gonna, it shouldn't be the call to invest the pit here with a heavy stack.
Yeah, but it looks like they want to go for a push out, and Xfero kind of expecting the halls push out with the cam as well. He's going to hear all the noise.
Flash
fairly
and push
well
out.
prepared.
There's a creep up from Xfero. Himself tucked into the corner. Trap wire and cam set up to see if anybody does go on a very deep push all the way through. As it's just going to be, swing in from Flipshiner, looking for the punish on the NDG. It does whittle him down to 36 HP. Now Envy eliminated. Xfero continues to creep up. There's the ping, reveal, spots him, and oh my god! What a crisp shot, Jeremy, shut down!
Holy moly!
As the swing out, immediately just nothing else to be done. Xfero looking for the fourth, can't quite have it. Jesse Bash will be able to get his first kill on board, shutting down the Cypher. But now there's so much work to be done. Spike just now being brought forward as NDG does get the punish on the one. Jesse Bash, okay, gets himself 2 more. Drone out, gets the ping across, has the spot. With NDG's arrival over on Bridge, he will be able to shut it down, and this was a hell of a round recovery for Team Secret.
I mean, a round that, on paper, RQ should never have lost. I mean, let alone the triple kill, but the initial kill in halls and then the Cypher ultimate as well. Xfero just absolutely controls the entire map for his team, but they don't expect, I mean, what a crisp swing over to the back of Pyramids. And Jesse Vash, he was so quick that entire round, right? The backup was quick to B, and then he's right there on A before they can get the spike into it.
Really big potential momentum swing here for the side of Team Secret. We'll find the win off the back of the timeout call. Found Envy just looking to slow things up over in mid. There's been a good amount of pressure being applied here by RQ across just about every single round. He's thrown over the top, checking if there's any forward presence around this elbow position, but won't go deep enough to actually swing into B.
RQ put some pressure on mid, right, just to make sure that they can keep control of it, and that Team Secret would have to invest a lot more to retake control. During all of that, they've already kept control of A main with the Euro. They've dug all the way deep into elbow once again with Xfero. Still a minute on the clock, so there's some options to go for rotates should they need it after this dimensional drift.
Drift out, leading the way. Hunter's Fury coming across here from Jesse Bash, looking to see if he can try to find any kind of straight pick. Two players going to be spotted. Borkum, however, able to shut down Jemkin on the entry, and that Hunter's Fury will be rewarded with a kill. Auto Sparrow swing out, orange, and will be good for one, but can't find the other. But now Borkum dead. The site is broken open a bit. Shock darts landing here at Elmi Moore's feet. 27 HP. Does get pulled off that plant for a brief little moment. Taps it again. Now we'll go in for the full committal on this.
Spike planted.
He and Estrella more very much stranded on the site. Now the reveal. Just to go ahead and spot out where this Viper is. No deep rotations. Flanks coming through. There's one on site, one in main, and they flush him out. So far, that's a good start. Triple face, getting ready to come through. They all line up. Estrella able to find two, sends out the snake bite to try and delay. Jesse Bash down to 47 HP. And this, could be absolutely devastating as Estrella holds the line, gets those 3 kills to stop Team Secret from chaining 2 rounds together. They get themselves in a firmer lead, once again out in front by 4. What a clutch.
I mean, screenshot that moments before disaster for sure. Everyone was thinking it when you were watching it. You saw the silhouettes. You thought surely not all 3 lining up together, but 2 are perfect for it. One's all the way back. Not there for the trade. And I mean, just incredible plays back-to-back to trade rounds.
He just reverse engineered Jeremy's Cloudburst. He sends it down as they're getting ready to swing, and he's just like, okay, well, I just put my crosshair right there, and then they all just happen to swing right in front of it. Fortunate for Secret, but that's a bit more of a fortunate start. Vash out of the tunnel, able to find Flipscheider.
Oh, this is a good adjustment from Team Secret, though. Recognizing the fact that they've been losing way too much mid control, that gives RQ all the time to set up. But they get a little greedy off of that, trying to push out, knowing that there was contact in mid. So I don't mind it. It's a very logical conclusion to make, but losing that fight costs you a lot.
So 1 for 1 for now as NDG on the push. A spot almost does get the tag. One more shot there into Xfero. Would have been able to take down the enemy Cypher. As, Neural Depth back online. Instant investment. Spots him out. One mid, one all the way back over towards the defender spawn. But Jeremy already going to be taken down. Push forward. That is going to be the plant coming in as Jesse Bash, work cut out for him now, is able to recover the Vandal. Looks like the call likely is just going to be the back away and save this one. Give it to the cash. Not the best. Envy, though, still in a very committed position. He will be taken out of it as Sparrow finds that elimination. Headshot from Bash. Try to deal any kind of damage, but coffers are decently built up. It's another nice triple kill coming through here from the IGL, but doesn't get them any closer to a round win this time.
I mean, Jesse Bash definitely firing on all cylinders to try to keep Team Secret in the game, but it's a rough going so far in the first half. And, you know, these veterans on the side of RRQ, Flips for the first couple rounds, Xfero some crucial rounds as well. I mean, everyone playing, you know, up to their peak potential, quite frankly. But I think a lot of the kind of controlling space, map opening up sites, things like that, the Euro and the Cypher are doing a lot of work for RRQ.
I think shockingly for Team Secret, it's been pretty big absence so far from Envy. Just the 1 kill found. Somebody who's been very much delivering, you know, even in the opening series from Team Secret, the maps where they weren't really finding themselves with too many advantages, too many bright spots to talk about. Envy was that bright spot for them.
So they decide this time, since they're going to invest the pit as well, just give up mid entirely, but make sure that RQ has to go deep into the site, right? Same thing on B. They're just both hiding close, and if it comes through tunnel, they've got the cam, waiting for these contact plays. Decent
to hold the line there. Shots just inches away from finding contact there against Borkum. For now, Viper's still going to remain at full HP as the wall gets dropped. Shiner looking to fake their way out onto the site now, pushing in alongside. Has a TP set up on back pyramid. As for now, I mean, Jeremy and NDG are still very much situated over on this B site. Rotation's going to have to come through. Just now starting, even though the plan is already in. Estrella, though, just outside of cannons here in mid. Pushing forward. Does he hear the rotations coming through? Looks like the answer's going to be not quite yet.
Well, the thing is he might hear one, but not the other.
Oh, but Jeremy, okay. A little bit snappy with it. He's able to find the headshot. Takes him down. That deep lurk now.
Standing ahead.
Gone. Oh, Recon checking. Does get the spot onto one. Bash dropping down. With that Judge able to find it, but gets traded out. Now Borkum finds Elmi more. Then leaves Flipscheider all on his lonesome.
No util.
Head swings out. Okay, does interrupt the defuse, but there's still plenty of time remaining, so Team Secret will be able to get a 3rd round. Chance to try to run this back and make it a 7-5 half.
Yeah, if they can get to a 7-5, it'd be great stabilization. And of course, considering the map of Breeze, they'll have their own chance to press the issue on attack. But I love the adjustments on this round, right? Trying to go for the aggressive contact didn't work. You also don't have exactly all full buys. You have that judge for Jesse Vash. So you just say, let's use the pit. Let's hold far back in the sights, because that means RRQ is going to have to start to take contact to get in, right? To check for the util, to check for the setups. And they're able to make sure they get those early kills.
Funny, still a little bit wonky, but no outlaws in play. Flash in, looking for the push board. Borkum, and he's blind himself, but he's still got Jemkin. Does get traded out. As Flips finds that kill, but Hunter's Fury from Jesse Bash again delivering that elimination. But Xfero eventually able to hound him down, catching him all the way back over towards Bridge. Gets that kill. Now Jeremy, one side of the pyramids here is Xfero looking for the challenge against NDG, but NDG happily takes it. Envy now trying to get the catch there onto Elmi Moore, but he decides to just back away from the fight. Gets the spike planted. So we now go into the 2v2.
Last player standing.
2v2 is with the tank in, gets the finisher, but Envy down low. TP across, needs to hit the headshot, cannot. Flips, get them across the line. Another 3K here for the Yaru is RRQ.
Last round.
So you know what, we don't want a 7-5. 8-4 maybe, but I think they're going to be hungry for a 9-3.
And with those ultimates, they could try to make something happen. Even the Blade Storm giving a little bit more extra mobility if they need it on the execute, things like that. And of course, if Xfero is able to get another pick off on another part of the map, the Neuro Thefts will be huge. You can kind of chain that with the Hunter's Fury as well. And you know, you got the plan, you got the Viper's Pit, you've got everything. Now, no command, the timing of that on Envy is going to be very important, but the weaponry just lacking for Team Secret.
Well, not going to be able to find that trap wire. Still set up, but Hunter's Fury now open here from Elmi Moore, and NDG going to be taken down. Jimkin finding that kill, quickly traded out by Jesse Bash, who does get tagged low, and will be eliminated. Xfero able to find the finishing shot. Now the reveal in. Jeremy swiftly taken down by Estrella, who once again is lurking out by window. So much work to be done here. Just Envy and Borkum alive, the weaponry weak versus multiple plays. That needs to be a headshot. That needs to be an elimination. Pop Flash coming through, gets a dink, gets the kill, but Borkum dead at the same time. Leaves Envy all by himself. Hold at the ready.
Only 11.
Up and recovered, but they know exactly where he is. They hear it. He finds one, can't quite line up the second. Elmi Moore will get the last shot across, and that's going to be 9-3, locked in on the half for RRQ.
I mean, the story of that half is RQ came in with a plan, and they were able to execute it to fruition. Team Secret, I think the biggest thing is perhaps not expecting as much mobility, as much proactiveness, as much aggression from RRQ. Like, even when they got contact in the site, they just didn't let go, because those are the moments, actually, if you think back, where Envy used to shine, right? He would never let go of the site. If someone presses him, he's there to fight 1v2, 1v3. He's still re-peaking. And RQ this time ready for the trades. Also the lurks, a lot earlier, a lot more fluid, and Secret just not quite aware of that. I mean, they started to get a hang of it right around, round 6 and 7, halfway through. But by that point, RRQ was ready to answer back as well, and the rounds had gone in favor of RRQ. We'll see if Team Secret can flip it, though, with the pistol in the second half.
I mean, yeah, this has just been pretty brutal. I mean, we've seen runbacks, from positions like this in the past, but not being able to get any consecutive round wins for Secret. All of these rounds have been so far separated. They need to start things off with a pistol. Otherwise, I mean, double digits and a double timeout advantage for the side of RRQ. You feel like it would just be done and dusted from there. So we'll see if they get it done as they do move over onto the attacking half.
See just ghosts mostly across the board here on both sides, of course, given the long distances of Breeze. And Team Secret looks like they really just want to try to get the information first from the get-go, even on the pistol. Not going for a bit of a Hail Mary, not going for anything straight out of the playbook just yet.
Decent little spread. Looks like maybe Jemkin going to go on a bit of a walkabout. Does have that ghost in hand, and looks like he'll want to challenge all the way down Halls potentially. He's watching, see if there's going to be any kind of forward pressure. Smash does have a drone. Now just doing the rope peek. We'll just back away from that.
Yeah, no drone on the side of Homie so he is going to have to just keep his eyes on mid from Nest the whole time through until they get other information. And if they do want to empty it, they're going to have to make sure that they're careful about how they move around the map. So Jemkin trying to make sure that he continues to take control of halls as well. So far, I mean, RQ, they feel comfy, right? They haven't seen any crosses that indicate where the attack's going to come through. Now you see that Poison Cloud activating again. That gives you a bit of a signal. Recon from A, you're expecting the pinch.
Yeah, drone now coming through. Bite sent just to try to slow up anybody. Does reveal himself and will get caught. Jeremy able to find that kill. Door now opened up. Recon will hold him at bay. Just a moment as Flipshot is able to find one on the entry. NDG in the meantime going to be taken down lurking outside of B, and that is going to be everybody making the call to rotate over. Orb going to be taken here. Sparrow. Oh, now spotting them out, realizing that they're all just going to be pushing in through tunnel. Just has to back away, give up the site. So Plant can come in. Secret, Milwaukee have to take much more aggressive and deep position on the backside of the site, and it does reward them with 2 kills.
Yeah, I love that they're regrouping towards back of side as well. Right now it's back to a 2v2, but you expect the rest of RQ to be split 1-on-1. You already confirmed where Xfero was and might have caught sight of Flips as well. And now it's a 2v1. Great adjustments from Secret. What looked like it might be a rough round, they're able to turn things around with some nice decision-making from Jeremy to push out towards the defender spawn.
Tap onto it, spots them both, and will get taken down. Pistol round goes the way of Team Secret, and that's the first step of many to try to right the ship and get themselves back on track here in this map. Solid start for them. Let's see though. Now they fare moving forward here into the anti-eco, because we have seen some wonkiness so far.
Yes.
Pacific.
Yeah,
As far
there's
as people
definitely
struggling to close out those second round wins.
I mean, maybe that's going to be the continuing trend. It seems like it builds up more and more. But that round, as soon as the execute started happening, a lot of good stuff from both sides. A great counter recon from the side of RQ. But once they were down in numbers, Jeremy pushing out through the double arches to make sure that they create space to dwindle the numbers. Again, great decision making as well. Now
Heard
the
the
outlaw.
cam.
He's out in the middle as well.
Nash ready to send it. Oh, yep, spots out multiples. Swings back in. Looking to try to put that Guardian to use. Against a couple classics at long range. You definitely favor Jesse in that situation, but they do just go ahead and peel away. Gate crash now expiring, though.
Now RQ, not sure if it's off of a read or just really trying to stick to their guts, because they had to kind of give up that A main control. And oftentimes when you show a stack on an eco, you kind of expect the other team to rotate around, but they immediately just hold default. They hear nothing, and they're regrouping on A, and I think Team Secret was waiting for RQ to move away from the site.
Well, Jemkin does get caught on that push down halls. Ball now set up. Estrella with a spray. Oh, just going for it. Rando does manage to find a kill. Envy going to be taken down. A bit unlucky there for him, but still 4v4, the weapon advantage. And there you go. A pop flash in. Xfero unable to find the kill. Just softening up Borkham a little bit. He will claim 3. Team Secret will be able to close out the anti-eco.
Yeah, the great timing from Borkham there with the toxic screen. Kind of lowers it to make sure they have members ready for antis. They have members already peeking past the screen as well. Because the thing is they cleared the back of pyramids, right? And they're like, well, nobody's here, but they were here. So surely they've rotated around some other part of the map. Good reads from Team Secret on that anti. And they're able to carry over quite a few good weapons into the next round as well.
Yes, I believe everybody right now from RQ is coming into this with half armor. And that outlaw is still in play. Jeremy has that in his hands right now. Xfero, back pillar. If he swings out, he could very well be a dead man.
I mean, it's rounds like these where you look at it and you say, are some of those buys really worth it in terms of utility, sheriffs, things like that?
Here.
And right now, because of that outlaw RQ, they're gonna have to wait for some of these trap plays.
Don't want to give him any opportunity.
What a lineup.
Yeah. It's Jesse Bash.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's also one of those things where it's like, there was probably a simpler way to do it, but that one just looks a lot cooler as well and a lot safer, so.
Yeah.
I mean, the
across the map.
Yeah, but we will talk about that, though, because usually you'd expect that trip to be, cleared close. So you're not expecting them to be this ready so fast on the A side.
Yeah, Elmimore's drone is not an ambi-turner. It doesn't look left. And now with a push coming through double doors, he ends up getting flushed out. So now RQ having to rotate everybody across, but NDG in a huge backstab position. Lurking his way up through Nest Flips, watching this for the moment. NDG trying to take his time. There's the push out. It's a bit of damage here. Sends out so much there on the flip, so 89 on the Yoru.
I mean,
They get ready to go for this, but they have to constantly be looking behind them. They know that that Cypher is still going to be in that position. First shot on the Outlaw, not finding it. Up over the top, Jemkin getting the jump.
No!
As MDG gets the bolt, and it's like they completely forgot about him.
I mean, they just assumed that it would take him a lot longer, and on top of that, just the way they lined up next to each other, kind of perfect for the Bulldog, which is usually hard to control.
And with that, I mean, that's just going to have to be the call to save now here from RRQ. So it's going to be yet another bonus converted, but this time for Team Secret, as they will very much shorten this gap. Only 3 rounds now separating. Is RRQ curious to see if we see that timeout get called right here, right now.
Big round from NDG. One of the things that a lot of people always look at for rookies is, are they playing too scared? And NDG, the first match of kickoff, the first match here of stage 1 as well. Very passive, very quiet. But the fact that he's willing to take these peeks on a timing, at least get info, then he says, I'm going to still press the issue. His job was quite frankly done, right? He could have just stayed there, played, to stay alive, played for time. Yeah. But he decides to still press the issue because they realize that RQ is going to start to push away from him. So just good reads, good comms, and great confidence from MDG in that round.
What reality am I living in? Where, okay, flash out, Xpera able to push up, gets the kill on an NDG, spots another, grabs the weapon, tries to win it out, tells man to find it, B looks for a third, can't quite make it happen. Borkum does eventually shut him down. Rotation now having to be called over as Elmimore gets himself situated on B site, but that is a huge swing off the back of Xpera's aggression. I was gonna say, what world am I living in where Jeremy is playing attack operator?
I mean, I'm glad to see it. I really was hoping that this season Jeremy would pick up the op a lot more confidently. But you're right, it's not a common sight, at least not since VCT Pacific. Now, unfortunately, this round is not going to be the round where there's a lot of hope for it to find its use and value. I mean, you saw that Jesse Vash was afraid of the flank as well, just given that they've already lost all control.
Trades it out to get a rifle. It is just going to be a Bulldog. They get the spot. Damn, that's not a fake out. Does buy a little bit of time though as he does send one in. Back pillar dancing just on the opposite side of the wall here. As that goes down, Jeremy gonna be able to find one. Borkum gets the other. And Estrella, quick turn in towards window. Finds the kill. The Viper now shut down.
Get out of my way.
Spike can be planted. Knives popped. Swing onto the corner, and Jemkin not gonna be able to get that transition across. Borkum will pick up 3. Will get the kill. Bloody brawl between the two teams. RQ having not fully invested. It's a decent result for them, but it is still Secret getting closer and closer.
Well, the world where Jeremy buys you off on attacking rounds is really weird because he actually helps close things out with a weapon that's picked up that's not an operator. Of course, a very necessary call there since they're fighting in much closer quarters. I also love what they did with the Blaze Storm, right? Activate it, make sure that he has to kind of react, and now he has so many more angles to check. Lower the screen, swing out together.
Speaking of Blaze Storm, Jemkin with one of his own, as he's going to have to drop down off the top here. Full flash in. Plus that recon invested. Now, Poison Orb is going to be holding everybody at bay there at A main. NDG, miner set up over towards B. Camera set up in elbow. It's going to start trying to take some space here and scale up into mid.
Yeah, what we saw from RQ was, despite the setup, you would take deep control of elbow, but here it's different for NDG, right? You still take a little bit of control, so you have more mobility from mid. You can still check for elbow, and that way you don't have to invest too much extra utility if you ever want to rotate back onto the other side. So I like the setup from Secret, but it does look like they've made up their mind to create a bit more of a move here.
Well, I think that one wasn't necessarily what was intended.
I was waiting for something really cool.
I was like, oh, where's this one going to go? Right in front of him, 5 feet away.
Well, that means they'll have to just try to take a little bit more contact, and mid will be the call.
It's moments like that, which is why I don't play Sova.
I've given up on learning new lineups, man. There's just too many that you have to know at this point.
30 seconds
getting
left.
ready, getting antsy, goes for the swing, has a quick dash out, cannot stabilize that aim. Jeremy able to take him down. Elmimore now 5 HP, pinged by the recon in a really rough spot. Same for Estrella. He will just get flushed out. Suddenly, it's only Xfero. A 1v5, I mean, granted, HP bars dangerously low. Does he even try to play for it?
I mean, with just the overall situation right now, I'm gonna guess not. Right, sure, you can try to go for some cheeky kills on the exit, but your creds aren't exactly all stable. The rounds are getting way closer as well. The risk seems a bit greater. Perhaps just taking this time to talk things through for the round, and maybe even a timeout afterwards, because one thing I'm noticing is things have flipped. RQ's the one that's starting to play a little scared. Secret continuing to push up the tempo, just creeping up one beat at a time.
Eagle-eyed.
Plays it a little bit patiently, see if anybody else is pushing alongside NDG. They are not.
Yeah, what?
Vash, where did that come from?
Jeez.
What's he doing?
Well, we know how much time Jesse Vash spends trying to figure out lineups because it's definitely a lot. Probably more than 50% of his practice
They
time.
will scurry.
It's insane. I mean, you give this guy a bow, he can just get an arrow to any point of the map, it would seem.
We
And
should
granted,
do things like that where
he did mess up the shock dart, but
Sure. But you have just like an agent stationed on a random part of the map and they have to throw a recon and land it on their
One
head
enemy.
and stick
yeah,
it to them.
it's like an Olympic sports. Whoever can get the dart the
Exactly.
closest to this little circle. That could be a fun game mode.
Yeah. Jesse Vash definitely up there, but there's the timeout surely from the side of RQ, I would assume. Because right now, for one, they want to cool off Team Secret a bit, but I can't imagine that the comms have been where they want it, right? The team looks a lot different than the first half, a lot more passive, a lot more reactive. They're going to have to take some more control of the map if they want to continue the lead.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times on Breeze, we do see, this trend into the attacker side favor, but right
Sure.
now, I mean, RQ, I don't even think this is necessarily like a side difference. This is just Secret have started hitting their shots. I think that their calls have been a lot cleaner. They've been a lot faster to react and make these pivoting moves, whereas RQ have been very much lagging behind and getting caught off guard. We'll see if this intervention from Ewok get them back on course, but to go from 9-3 to now being separated by just a single round, that is a very dire position to be in here for RQ.
This should do.
Knives still being held onto here by Jemkin, but two ults to try to work with. Secret, if they can get themselves over onto a site, the post-plan setup could be damn strong for them. A pit. You also have that null command potentially involved there from Envy. You just get that one opening kill. Neural theft available.
All right, so the call is just take a little bit more control of mid. They're able to hide away from the recon as well. Flash out the ready.
Poison orb.
Now, Team Secret seemingly expecting perhaps a bit of a fast push with the Blade Storm as well, right? Whether it's from halls, whether it's up top and mid, they're not going to spot it. Cam down. Still a lot of time, though. So Secret, they could regain mid if they wanted. They could still send the lurk all the way up through elbow. And RQ, now it's up to them. If they want to play this with the way they've started, they got to start to clear out all the sides of B because you've even got Xpharaoh starting to lean towards halls now.
Okay. Gate crash does get sent. Flip Shatter ready to make a quick exit. Should it be necessary. Dark going to go a little bit wide there. Strange is clearing out the cam. Looks like he's going to take an even more aggressive forward position as well, as Elmi Moore gets himself situated.
Well, this is a brawl in the making. If Secret decides to make the call, and quite frankly, this is how RQ won a lot of their rounds in the first half as well. But that's a bit of a curveball.
Pit comes through, but it's not enough to get them onto the site itself. The players playing forward, though, will be decayed down. Xpharaoh trying to hold the line, spotted another one, trying to make his exit, but eventually they just spray away. Now that's going to be the neural theft coming through, and that could really upset the players trying to hold main. Flipshotter's still going to be able to find one that drops the pit, gets himself a second. Jesse Vash going to be taken down. Has the mask available. Pop flash sent. NDG running low on time. Mask now put on. Dimensional drift in play. Sees
10
him.
seconds left.
Knows that he's going to try to have to stick to this spike plant. Pulls off of it, and that is going to be the round one. We'll be able to get the kill just for good measure, but even if he had died, all they needed to do was have Jemkin stay alive. RQ, they break this win streak. It was 5 consecutive rounds built up here for the side of Team Secret. They now get themselves up to double digits.
And it's a good adjustment. Thinking back to how are we able to win on attack, other than the fact that, of course, attack may be slightly favored on Breeze, but a big part of that is also you're going to have the numbers no matter what. You're going to have a clear numbers advantage, more so than some other maps as well. And they were able to just clear out mid, plant Jemkin on the lurk, and then his 4-man stack ready. And sure, the pit throws a bit of a curveball, but they still have way more numbers than Secret expected.
Revealing area.
They get that round win. They get those 2 ults out of Team Secret. Decent cash here for, Borkum NDG. They've got enough stacked up, but another heavy investment as attack operator once again in play for Jeremy.
Take flight.
Trying to hide that off.
More, yep. Just have to back away. They're just going to stay tucked behind the box. It's not going to go deep enough to actually get the spot.
Elmi Moore seemingly quite aware of that fact as well. Saw him making some comms immediately afterwards in the camera. But do they expect the op? Apparently not so much.
Seems like a big no. Huge kill found. Flipshider has been a thorn in their side throughout this entire map. Getting rid of him nice and early bodes well for Team Secret as they get ready to cluster up and make their push in here towards main. Dart at the ready, Elmore having to send that one out right as that knife does come through. Undodged. Cage comes up, push into the smoke, and with the shorty in hand, Jeremy finds himself a second kill. B-side completely broken open, you can already see
30
the
seconds
remaining
left.
members on RQ just going to have to make the call to go ahead and save. Looks like maybe Jemkin, given that he does have knives, yeah, that's just going to keep happening. He will get himself positioned to try to find some exit frags here, but widely, we're just going to be waiting for this spike to explode.
Yeah, I mean, you can still try to stabilize some way or another in that next round here with the Blade Storm, so just playing for the longer actual map win for RRQ. And, you know, when it was Elmimore last one on that site, on B-side, good reads from both sides, good calls, right? I mean, the Cyber Cage support from Xfero trying to fill that for Elmimore. He sends a counter dart as well, so he knows that they would have to funnel into him. But then it's a Cloudburst and the shorty to counter from Jeremy, so both teams really getting into comfort zone individually speaking. Now, if you can take away this op,
I don't think anybody's going to push this far out. They're already away from the explosive radius, so can just stay tucked all together just outside of window, and Jemkin not going to go aggressive enough to actually be able to get a punish here or get picked off. So it will just be those three players retaining their weapons, moving forward here into round 20, but Team Secret keeping things neck and neck, still just one round separated. You can see just the dominance here on this attacking side.
they got to do something with this operator, right? It's allowed Secret to slow things down a lot more, play for that op contact. He's always got someone to support him as well, so he's not just going in blind, going for those dry peaks. And Team Secret looks like they're prepared for a bit of an aggressive push out. They want to stay grouped up and make sure that they can help cover and don't allow Jeremy to get picked off from afar. A bit of an off angle. The Blade Storm activated. Secret starts to back out just a tad bit.
Not quite clearing the drone and also not quite covering all of Main's second sync by now being invested there from Estrella. Trying to come up the works here as a couple knives go flying. Jemkin not able to find anything there. Hunter's Fury now coming across, a little more on the hunt, gets the tag on to Jeremy, but now will be interrupted as the null command comes in. Helping him find his follow-up is just going to be passing that spike back across the way.
Here.
Maybe even ushering it over towards A, or at least wanting to fake like they're going to be doing that.
Now the no command still lets RQ know that for now it's going to be that B hit though. Only a couple knives remaining here for Jemkin.
Trying to try to check, nothing spotted though, but also doesn't see anybody rotating. Looks like Flipshider gonna go on a bit of a walkabout here, but now that the recon invested here on the B site, you should have a better idea that this is where the spike is gonna end up. There's only 30 seconds remaining. They're not seeing or hearing anything at all on A.
RQ's in a much better position in terms of knowledge, right? They've got the Cypher set up on A. They've got mid control and flips as well.
Push up into the smoke. Estrella gonna be taken down. Be able to find that. Does get traded, but now Borkum striking from tunnel, able to find two. Shiner back at half wall. There's the reveal, getting ready to come in. The ping across the spike, planted. Pop flash up, Jizzy Bash. So very blind. Flipshider is able to flush him out. Finds the kill, and that leaves NDG by his lonesome. He will fall. RRQ, again, narrow margins. They do get the closeout here on this round. They continue pressing forward towards a win here on Breeze. Just 2 more to go. Team Secret, can they keep it close again? They have cash, they can get a buy.
I got real scared when Flip started to creep out of mid, because we've seen that from RQ when they start to run out of information, or if they feel like things aren't really going their way overall in the map. You know, Flip's just trying to kind of go for these hero plays to get a pick way deep in enemy territory. But this time, correctly understanding their position, their utility, they knew that the pressure was on Team Secret. Now, Borkum sneaks, you know, right by him an elbow and sure, tries to make a fight for it. But the Yoru being able to TP right back into sight as well. Huge value to keep that lead.
It's like first round where we're actually going to maybe have some op-v-op as Jemkin does pick that up here. Cash aplenty. Jeremy's sticking with it on this attack, trying to see if anybody goes for an aggressive peek in towards shop, but everybody right now statuesque from RQ over on that A site.
I mean, especially now with a Cypher and an op, even less reason to go for these greedy plays. Now, again, like I mentioned, and seemingly like Team Secret is prepared for, RQ, they have a habit of doing that. So I don't blame Team Secret for it, but the resulting situation is that they've wasted 40 seconds without gaining any information. They currently don't have much control of any part of the map. They're going to have to slowly creep up for that extra control.
There's no presence or scaling here. Looks like Borkum maybe can get himself once again into a position to find a nasty flank, but is being noted and watched at least ever so slightly by Elmimore and Estrella.
Take flight.
Flips, he has to have that trigger ready on that gate crash.
Thrown out, but I don't think this is noted. The Yoru up close. I mean, they're just rushing it in to the doors. They're just getting ripped to shreds. Elmimore able to find them as Jeremy only picks up 1 kill. Just the Yoru displaced, and now Jeremy is all on his lonesome. Does find Jemkin. A quick swing onto the corner. Elmimore will find himself a third as RQ get themselves now up to map point.
I see the idea there from Secret, right? They still suspect the Yoru just because the drone gets taken out way too quickly before it's able to get past that orb on the poison cloud. So they're thinking, all right, we want to swing this. We've already got members from mid coming into double doors. Let's pressure that, create the chaos, and then we'll have our own flash at the back of sight to set you guys up. The unfortunate part is Elmimore gets that first kill initially, and then both sides getting flashed seemingly by the KO makes that fight drag out too long. And the main forces from main not able to come in quick enough.
Well, now, last ditch effort here from Team Secret with this timeout to try to see if they can extend this. Now, 3 rounds consecutively, we know that they're capable of that. They had that 5-round streak coming into the second half. What does the economy look like? How do the players look when they're put to task? Need that to give us our second overtime so far. Pacific, they have been eluding us. Finally got one of them last night, I believe.
Yeah, actually. Well, the thing about this is it could end up just being a story of you gave one too many rounds in the first half, right? I mean, you talked about the 5-round win streak. That's one more than RQ had at the start of their attacking half, winning the pistol. So obviously both teams understanding how to take advantage of the map itself and how to play that side. But you started the second half 9-3, and it's always going to be an uphill battle at that point. Team Secret yet to be able to overtake them or tie them even, always at least 1 round away.
All right, knives popped. Jemkin with a warning shot. As a recon went flying up in towards Halls. Just wanted to tell them that, no, this is a completely unassailable position for you. Let's rotate back down now, joining in alongside Estrella here on the site where any kill, that pit can come into play.
This is a very aggressive repositioning here from RRQ.
Wall in, knives at the ready. Jeremy swinging around the backhand side, does manage to find, or does get taken down rather by Estrella, but Envy trades it back quickly. Keeping the numbers evened up, and shock dart right there at Jesse Bash's feet. Will get taken down. Envy finds himself a second one, but it was good damage dealt. Bash and Borkum both gonna be tagged up, and now Envy with a third. Finds flips, Jemkin gets 2. The op shots. Looking crisp, looking clean. There's still more targets. Xfero just now getting ready to arrive over at double doors, working his way through mid.
Yeah, time is not in favor of RQ, because the thing is they have no idea where NDG is. They were partially waiting for that. They suspect it,
The
but he
shot
moves.
goes wide. You can see Jemkin. He thought for sure he absolutely had that one nailed. And now we'll just have to make the call to go for the save. It could buy another one, but instead, we'll just hold on to this and allow for Team Secret to get the round win and get themselves up to double digits.
Man, it's one of those rounds. RQ, off the bat, sure, you have the op and Halls, and then he's just holding from bridge. They just want to hold on to yellow, right? That container in the back of sight on A, and they have the dimensional drift. Everything was there for a potential retake on A. Now, obviously not the best way to play that site. You want to put some pressure, but then credit to Envy. Understanding that they want to push out in case that there's an early re-aggress. That's what's been messing them up on Team Secret. RQ always 1 beat ahead of them. And Envy this time counters that. The perfect bodyguard for Team Secret. Brings home the 10th round win. Now the pit available for Estrella as well, so double ultimates. Obviously not exactly the best, the pit for the retake. But we'll see where it comes into use.
All right, well, Flips taking a forward position. Is able to get the catch there on the Jeremy. Picks it, finally slowed up and denied as no command does come through, but Estrella holding in pillar, finds Borkum. Bash going to be taken down. Now suddenly just Envy and NDG all in their lonesome. No kills found, no way to invest that neural theft. They desperately need to do something now to keep themselves in this round, in this map. Drone to scout, Envy pulls back. Right now, it is looking dire. Not impossible here for the side of Team Secret. Insult to injury, Pit invested. That's going to be the dimensional drift as well as Flipshiner wanting to chase forward, trying to get the catch, but Jemkin ready to get the catch, finds NDG, gets the final shot there onto Envy. 13 and 10, the opening map of Breeze. Team Secret's pick, but not their winning spot. It is going to be RRQ taking that away from them.
I mean, definitely a close game. And Secret, they seem to catch on to things just one round too late in each half. But credit to RRQ, came prepared supposedly for this draft because they were swinging right out the gate on that attacking half. A 9-3 lead sets them comfortably up to eventually secure it 13 and 10. RRQ, it's a little bit of an extra buff here today. We saw on social media the CEO buff coming in for RRQ, and so far it's worked for map 1.
That it has, with Split on the horizon, things that need to change here for Team Secret. Haven't gotten a win on that map since Paper Rex, the start of last season, but when Benkai was still on the team, so rough tidings ahead of them. But we'll go ahead and hand this over to the analyst as to break down the action for Breeze.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. And after 265 days of match losses, RRQ is one step closer to finally getting that match win against Team Secret. Now, that was, it looked very dominant in the first half by RRQ, but Team Secret started climbing back in the second half before RRQ took it home.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a bit too late. I mean, you could see that both teams had a pretty good read on their attacker side, especially with that Yoru in place for RRQ. That makes things very, very difficult for the defenders. But what concerned me for Team Secret was that when they played this map the last time, it was their defender side that was really powerful against Gen G, and probably why they're leaning into this map. They could start on that side. You know, you're going to expect your opponents to want to go attackers, but it just didn't work out. So that's kind of heartbreaking here because it looked like maybe they had a comeback in store. They ran, what, 5 rounds off to begin that second half, but still wasn't enough.
Worth noting, both of these teams actually defeated Gen G. I know Gen G is now, you know, the crowned kings of Pacific at the moment, and both of these teams dominated Gen G on these maps. So to face up against each other, probably, I mean, we've got some of the best Breeze players here.
Yeah, I think Team Secret just started off a little bit slow on this one. You see that overall, you know, 13 first kills compared to the 10. They did pretty well in that one. The post plants were a little bit less solid, and there was that one clutch from the side of RRQ that kind of put an end, I think, to the big streak that Team Secret did have going. I think they just got started a little bit late and maybe, you know, not feeling themselves early on, but at least they were able to show that, okay, they are strong on this map, they are strong on the attacker side, at least it seemed like it this time around, and, you know, get some rounds back. But at the end of the day, I still feel like RRQ kind of dominated the majority of it. You see the Yoru, the Flipsider, was doing the most for the team this time around.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit worried here overall for both teams in a way. I thought RRQ on their defender side left a lot of space open in mid. There were a lot of crunches, either through B link or through mid doors towards A, you know, that were kind of unaccounted for by RRQ. They were able to kind of stabilize and just based on some of their raw mechanical abilities, get over the line with it. So that is, I'd say, the deciding factor in the long run in terms of that second half. But it is concerning for Team Secret. We're still seeing the slow starts. We're seeing the same problems that not only do we as, you know, talent see, but also Warbirds literally sat here on the couch the other day saying the exact same thing.
Also worth noting, Team Secret had more first kills than RRQ, and you're absolutely right, Paper Thin. Despite that, the raw firepower coming from RRQ was enough to overcome that. And with the Yoru, I mean, it was always really interesting to see Yoru on the Breeze. I mean, there were moments where we were contemplating, I wonder when we're going to see a fake out by Yoru.
I'm hoping for the fake out where you just walk in a straight line pretending you're the fake out, but you're actually not. And it was kind of funny because I was watching for it to see if, like, how teams, I always watch for this to see how teams check the fake out, if they respect it or if they don't, if they just ignore it. But I saw mostly Team Secret was clearing it, so no opportunities for this time, but I'm hoping someday somebody at least tries it.
Would be nice to see it someday. I think the mental game, even if you just get away with it, you know, and you like get one kill and you immediately die, it doesn't matter because you kind of fooled your opponents. Didn't get it this time around. I mean, Flipsider on the Yoru did get the majority of the kills and was kind of the MVP of his team this time around. But Yeah, a lot of the early part of this map was RQ on the attack, got a very substantial lead. It was 9-3 in the first half, and it was a big comeback from Team Secret. I think their attacker side looked pretty strong. A lot of these executes onto A were very nice from them, but just wasn't enough. I feel like that very slow start and the fact they got so far behind, it was just too much to make up, especially against such a strong team like RQ, like Jemkin coming in with the op there towards the end was just kind of insane. And RQ eventually just needing the 4 rounds they got there in the end.
I mean, this is a good sign for RQ. Nice start. And Split is the next map. Team Secret has not shown Split at all during kickoff. They definitely played a bit of Split last year, even defeating Paper Rex on it. But this year, RQ is, they also haven't shown Split much. They won one, lost one. And the one Split they won was against Global Esports, so it wasn't like a Gen G type of a match there. So how are you guys feeling going to Split? I mean, Team Secret hasn't shown anything.
Yeah, it's kind of a coin flippy map sometimes, especially for Team Secret. It seems like last year they were like really good at it, and then at times they kind of fell apart on it. So I don't know what to expect. I mean, you got to worry about sort of the mentality of Team Secret right now. It's been a really rough week. Coming in here, having to play 2 matches in the first week. The first day doesn't go your way. You're even kind of the favored team after how well you performed at the end of kickoff. And now sort of those expectations have been ripped out from underneath of you. So how do you feel like, how are you going to be able to mentally recover? So a lot of pressure going to be on Jesse and Warbirds as the leaders of that team to get their players kind of back into it here. RQ looked pretty dialed in, especially on that first half. So I think this is going to be really rough. This is a map RQ loves. They're great on their defender side. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and we've seen 6 bans from Team Secret so far this year, so it's definitely not a map they're going to be feeling too comfortable on, and I just feel like, as you were saying, paper thin, the mental game is going to be huge coming into this one. I think that RQ, I was very curious to see how they were going to start off. They came out really fast out of the gate, and now I think they have that confidence behind them to just say, okay, we can move into game number 2. We can move into map number 2. It's very confident for us. We should be able to take this one down. And kind of expecting a 2-0 after watching the way that map win.
Yeah.
Map 1 wins.
I completely agree with you guys. Hopefully not the case, but you know what? Here at the Analyst Desk, I'm always happy to see teams reveal new maps that they haven't played in a while. It's always really exciting. And what else we're going to reveal, your first time playing this game, it's called officially it's called the Guessing Game Poll.
I don't feel like anyone could catch Aserai at this point, but we'll see. He's dominating.
He is dominating. And today you guys get your rank. We all start at gold here. And we have this question, and if you get it correct, you get to rank up. If you get it wrong, you rank down. Very simple. The question is, which team will get a thrifty first on the second map, which is Splits?
But
So-
what if there's no thrifties?
That
Then what happens?
is a great. Then we all rank up. I
Yes.
don't know if that's the
Re-rank.
official.
What if I
production.
vote for
Yeah.
no thrifties? What if that's my vote? Do I get to rank up twice? Because
Oh.
it's like in roulette when you like
Yeah,
bet on
or
one of the
double
numbers.
RR,
Yeah.
where you like
I think
you
it's
know
just
jump ranks.
the next vote, you get double the rank, right?
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
well,
I
anyway,
say yes
if
now,
this one
and then
doesn't
productions
happen,
with
you know, the next
he
vote,
stopped making up
the next
rules.
game, yeah.
Okay, so we have our little things here,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you guys can think
So we
about
gotta pick
this.
a team?
Yeah. Wait, who's
It didn't
going
take me
to
very
get
long.
thrifty? Like they win the thrifty, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's just kind of hard because
Team will
both
get
teams won their
thrifty
bonuses
first
on that last map, so I don't
on the
even
second
like
map.
know who to go for. But
All right. Well, let's show it in 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay. So what's your thought process, Valdez?
Well, I mean, they have Elmi Moore, right? He can use a sheriff and hit people in the face,
Okay.
and he doesn't need money. He doesn't need credits to get wins. So I think in terms of, not even based off of what we saw on map 1 or anything like that, I think it's just like this team is better at getting thrifties. I don't know the actual stats. It's just kind of my gut feeling. So it's kind of why I went for RRQ.
And how about you?
I feel like right now RRQ is the better team. Therefore, Team Secret's going to be on the thrifties more often.
They have a higher
it's
chance of getting them.
more
Yeah.
likely, exactly.
I have the same thought process. And, Team Secret, they get fired up when they're on the down. We've definitely seen that happen over and over again. So I feel like those thrifties are going to be Team Secret side. And hopefully it rank up because Achilles and me we're still stuck in gold. All right, we are going to see the Asian picks. I surely Team Secret has figured out something. They did let this map through after all. And here we go. Forest splits the agent picks between Team Secret and RRQ.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not going to be super out of the ordinary. Okay, well, Team Secret actually quite a bit different here.
Yes, very
with the breach and the fade. That's well off of what they usually run. I mean, usually you got a Sky in there for them with Jesse.
I thought they would maybe just go standard and say, okay, we really need to get some like solid ground underneath us, like get some foundation. But yeah, definitely going with some interesting picks that you don't oftentimes see. Whereas on the side of RQ, it does look pretty standard from what I can tell.
More or less.
I can't wait to see Jemkin just go nuts
great raise.
on the raise. Yeah.
He's a great race player. He's usually, that's where he's like really putting up his damage. Actually, Breeze was pretty rough for both of the players that we highlighted at the beginning of this. Envy and Jemkin kind of a little shaky on those maps, so definitely going to need both of those players to really step up. And, you know, Envy on that fade, really interesting to see this choice. I mean, expecting some like, it feels like close quarters battles for the side of Team Secret. So we saw that a lot on their attacker side on Breeze, right? A lot of shorties, a lot of stuff like that. So maybe they can kind of snowball that.
Oh, we are going to see what's going to happen on this map. We've got Will, Cho, and Achilleos. And Will, I mean, do you still love RRQ or what?
Wow.
Like,
Oh,
not a game-related question necessarily. Just,
I mean,
do you love RQ or
well,
what?
it's just such a loaded question because it's like, first of all, you're asking me to maybe be biased on an official guess, but then on top of that, that has nothing to do with my predictions. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say anything yet. We'll wait until the full match is over before we say anything about the predictions. But the fade pick, let's talk about that a bit more, right? Because like
Let's
the
talk
Jess
about
said,
all of it.
like the Jess said, not a very common pick for Envy. In fact, only kind of 12 times, so it's not completely rare, but not the usual go-to. AKA not the flashes. It's Jesse Vash playing the flash. So Envy surely trying to, you know, gain a little bit more of an advantage on that info with things like the Prowlers.
Okay, well, there's the fault line looking for a catch as Prowler does go chasing. Flipshider just going to do a quick little touch back up the rope. Get himself out towards safety, sends out a snake bite as well to try to stop any forward pressure coming out of ramp. Clear out there. Haunt not going to be revealing too much of anything, but it's going to be a large amount of space taken by Team Secret. Estrella at the ready, just holding on to this paranoia, ready to send that over towards main, but full heaven control now here for Team Secret. Tell me more, looking back, smoke dissipating, ready to swing onto the corner. Oh, pulls back, oh no, the dog.
This is hard to predict.
This can be bad, but no, still gets the daze, gets the slow across, so he is going to be protected. The punish cannot be found. Now pop flash, swing onto the corner. Sparrow able to find one. Out Jeremy, but now Envy will be able to claim two. That's going to be a massive advantage here in the hands of Team Secret. Jemkin now
Spike down
on his
A.
lonesome, looking to try to make some texture maneuvers, and it makes it happen! 4 kills picked up. Jemkin steals the pistol round away from Secret.
KO indeed! Man! A little reminiscent of some sick highlights we've seen from Gen G, of course, in the past as well, but
Player standing.
you saw one of the members low, and Jemkin just
Spike
does
down
not miss
A.
the opportunity. The movement here is so good. The constant left-right jiggle as he's repositioning. That keeps him alive, even if his teammates are all just hyped about it. Jemkin can't believe it. But it's things like that, the micro movement, it's the left-hand movement that oftentimes makes these clips shine.
That is just a kick in the gut right there for Team Secret. Such a great start for them. And a 1v4. As Bren would say, something about ghost gaming. Push out now onto Raptors. Second kill not going to be able to be found there. Borkum does manage to find the elimination. Quick turn away from the flash. Estrella able to dodge that one out, but then does get punished as Borkum puts that recovered Spectre to use. 3v3. Some weapons scooped up here. The rest of RQ still rotating around over towards this side of the desk. We're guessing and conjecturing about who is going to be able to get the first Thrifty. See if that comes into play now as Paint Shell's out. Envy in a rough position. Takes another chunk of damage there. Down to 36 now. Borkum tries to hold the site. Envy going to be able to find one, but Xparrow comes up with two. NDG now trying to lurk his way across. Does get that headshot. Does get the kill. Spike being held to half. Here's the drop. Pulls off of that one. Tries to go for the jumping right click. A solid attempt there from NDG, but Xparrow will be able to hold the line. Still very costly.
Yes. I mean, losing out on a lot there, but a good read from Xero at the end as well, right? Here's a drop, so he's 6.5 and expects him to have to run up for the right click. Just goes for the pre-fire immediately.
This goes here.
Now we'll see if they do try to just buy up. Not much. They will just want to stabilize for round 4, so as good of an opportunity as ever for Team Secret. Like you said, the pistol, I mean, they had a great setup and a good read even in the mid-rounding, so we'll see if they can regain themselves here with a full buy.
Setup going through. One of the things that we didn't really get to touch on because the pistol round ended up being so crazy, it's just straying away from using the Viper here. We see just about every single team in the world going for that Omen Viper, you know, maybe occasionally the Astra Viper setup here on this map. Team Secret doing something very different.
Well, it does feel like, you know, the way they're playing it so far, what they had for the pistol, you look at the comps, everything, you know, their interpretation of how do we make sure we gain more of an advantage on the attack. The paranoia, they're not checking for it yet, though.
And somehow Elmimore, I mean, he doesn't get rewarded for that aggressive rush out. Finds Jeremy, does get punished as they weren't ready for Jesse Bash to be this far forward. He does manage to collect a second kill. It's knocked down 13 HP. For now, there will be a man advantage here for Team Secret as everybody just rotates out of Ramen, gets himself collected and ready to approach into Garage. Cam set up from Xfero, can try to spot for this one. He also has a neural theft available.
30 seconds left. Find you.
And we'll be able to get a weapon, it seems, as well. So 2 rifles, Jesse Vash very low. Orb secured. I mean, RQ already decent amount of value. Now, if they can take away a couple more weapons, that'd be huge. And in fact, Jesse's going to be alone. Low health. Bit of an off angle, though.
He can find the headshot, he does. That'll keep him in this one. Identify the position of 1. Suspect the rest of the players are going to be here on the site itself as NV nearly peeking out from back pillar. Jemkin with 1 kill would give him a showstopper, but it still would be 3 more targets to try to play through. Straight up with the spot 1. Just going to be swapping out the weapons there, grabbing the Phantom up now. Backs away. Looks like widely. RQ ready and willing to concede this round. It's not going to go enough. That's going to send them out in towards Jemkin, so we'll be able to find those kills. Just looking to get as much value as they possibly can, as much hurt put on the Team Secret, but the round will be theirs all the same.
I mean, well played with what they had for RQ, right? Obviously, the round had already crossed the line way long ago, but Estrella constantly putting pressure on, doesn't get spotted by any of the utility, doesn't go for the aggressive peeks off of the utility, and that forces them to decide, okay, we got to go somewhere else. These guys are set up outside of B main. A couple extra kills here for Jemkin. He's got that showstopper online now for round 4.
Nice one, boys.
And I mean, sure, seems great. They'll take whatever they can, and Jesse trying to get the team a little bit more energized. But
Still,
for now,
still feels a bit rough, a bit forced.
Exactly. On RQ they're in good position to try to take back control of this first half, try to keep that lead.
Jemkin just playing it patiently here. Somewhat long gone are the days of the aggressive rush, because Jeremy's trying to do that. The opposite side had that judge in hand. Showstopper not going to find much. NDG get out in front of that one. Does catch Xfero off guard top ramp. Jemkin, though, continuing to try to hold the line. Paint Shell's up to try to further delay. The push forward, though. NDG gets in front of that one. Finds himself a 3rd elimination. The neural depth now invested. Sends that out. Gets the ping reveal here on the 2 remaining players. But everybody low HP. Not even a single 100 HP bar between the 3 remaining players on Secret, but in with a chance to tie things up at 2-2.
One spotted, Borkum now having to be pushed out, and they decide just to ignore it. The Nightfall, they're aware of the location.
Prowler on the hunt. More having to look every which way. Trap wire now coming through the chase in. NDG now on for an ace. You can find this final limb. Drop down, hears it, swings it, gets it. NDG with the ace to get Secret tied up at 2-2.
An incredible ace from NDG. First of all, gets past, all the way up through a ramp, despite the showstopper coming out. They take out the cam, and they're already 1 person ahead of it through the cyber cages. A great setup with the paranoia as well. That sets him up, goes past the paint shells, and he knows at this point he has to be the one opening the site. And just good positioning, good utility for post plan as well.
Well, if you want to get the rookie and the rest of the team jazzed up, that is certainly one way to do it. Huge round there from him. Xfero still holding on to his own mural theft. Two-man stack here in mid. Jemkin just staying tucked around the corner.
We'll catch them.
2 rifles here for RRQ.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
bit of a
Stinger, Sheriff, Ghost.
hard sell on that sound fake as well from Flip. So Team Secret still wary of it. Now, the real question is do they suspect Jemkin at any point? Or, you know, obviously they don't even have to press it, right? Of course, it's going to be a weaker buy from RRQ. Team Secret rightfully choosing that they don't want to take the risk, that they just, you know, you sense something fishy. It's just not worth it going into such a tight space like vents.
Yeah, even if, you know, they don't necessarily have to read that Jemkin's going to be tucked there in the vent itself, but they could still suspect that there's going to be presence in mail. Just don't want to try to push into that one. Pull off the camera there. Xfero doesn't manage to get the dart across. Cam now going to be cleared out. So we'll see the lion's share of Team Secret making their way forward here onto the side trap wire. Try to slow him up, and Borkham does get taken down. Nice headshots found, but Shredder not quite ready for that forward elbow pressure. Paint shells will not be able to deter the plant, so still does come through. Dash not eating too much damage as Estrella will fall on that swing out. That's one of the rifles now on the floor.
Yeah, and a good push out into screens as well, since they gave up full main control. Sure, the trip was there, but they didn't have heaven either. So Team Secret, instead of getting caught, having to cover too many angles, they decided to push out and eliminate portions of the site. Jeremy now taking the lead.
Pop flash, but Sheriff in hand. Bash down on the side itself had enough of an angle to go ahead and take out Elmi Moore. So staves off any further deaths here for the squad. And Secret now will take the lead.
Now they have Rolling Thunder as well with the Showstopper, right? So it's another round where they can shut down the buy.
Ooh, a new turn special. Double blast pack into the push forward off the Rolling Thunder.
Man, that is some memories right there.
Back to 2021 Reykjavik.
Holy cow. I mean, if we see that, I give all the props to Secret.
Oh, sure. As long as he doesn't,
I mean,
you know, as long as he gets some value out of it.
They're ready for it. It's definitely going to be an A hit, that's for sure. Clearing out close so that they can get set up. The breach trying to get in position afterwards. Showstopper's going to go forward.
Okay, and it will just be used to clear out Ellie Moore there on the close angle. Rolling Thunder now not going to come into play as Jemkin swoops in. Top ramp, finding 2. Bash and NDG both going to be taken down. Man advantage now here for the side of RQ, but quickly equalizes. Flip Shredder will fall moments before that neural theft does come in. They're on the Prowler, swing out, double face coming through as Jeremy gets himself 3, and yeah, the rest of the team just not able to do anything here for RRQ. Team Secret now 4 rounds in a row. Drop the pistol, drop the eco, but since then it has been clean.
And you saw the chemistry right there as well. Off of the Prowler, they hear the drop. It's just that double swing out from behind the screens and elbow as well. High-low setup still for the crouch as well on Envy. And Jeremy looks a lot more confident. He seems to be taking things by the rein here on Split for the attacking side. Perhaps just a little bit of that extra warm-up that they needed on Breeze, and they're able to strike back on RQ's pick of Split, even drawing out that first time out.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is certainly a position that RQ, or us, expected for them to be in. Just given, I mean, Secret, the win percentage on Split alone, not great, but this is also a map that they have not played a ton of. You know, aside from the newer maps such as Sunset and whatnot, this is one of their least played. I think it's like 17 times. This will be the 20th time all time that they played it. Team Secret has been an organization since the beginning of Valorant.
True. Yeah, it goes way back. So obviously something they've avoided time and time again. And RQ perhaps trying to identify the weakness in that, and maybe suspecting that, you know, what are you going to do, right? The double duelist no longer an option. Obviously, we haven't seen it since NDG joined, and thinking that, okay, double duelist was kind of your go-to because you couldn't figure out what else you wanted to do with the meta. And now, what's going to be your option? But Team Secret, their own take, you know, on this aggressive setup. And of course, still a lot of trap play setup as well for the defense. So I like the flexibility. We'll see if RQ's figured out the answer.
Now things going to be a bit slow. Is okay. You know, quick little swing out from Flips. Going to go unpunished, even though it was a fairly wide peak. Does manage to back away.
So one thing that we're noticing is RQ, even after the timeout and before it as well, they don't want to give up mid control, right? Their positioning, their reactions are always about trying to keep mid control, but also their utility setup, etc. on the sides of the map aren't exactly being respected just because there's so much pushing power from Team Secret. So this time at least a quicker rotation as Secret being a bit more cautious post timeout.
Sphero taking a very aggressive position here. It's Rolling Thunder going to crash across. Not going to spot him though, and that's just going to be a double mowdown from Xfero. For the find him now, it's going to be full flash, but covering fire in from Jemkin keeps him protected as Vash will fall. V and NDG now in the blink of an eye, going to be the last 2 players remaining. They will clean up those Seekers this round.